Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. We came back to, after a short break of 6 weeks, I think, we came back to our journey through Quran, and we were up to Surah Nisa, up to ayah number 48. We have done up to ayah number 48. And just a quick review what we have covered up to ayah number 48, basically into Surah Nisa. That when it starts with the rights for the orphan, then it has the ayah of the polygamy, that if you can do justice, you can marry from the orphan girls. Then we talked about the laws in the marriage and the divorce. Also we talked about the inheritance laws, how to distribute the money among your relatives, among the people who you think they have your inheritance rights. Also, we have some social law, like the law for how you should be living together in a society. And also we had the ayah of the tayammum that Allah mentioned here in ayah number 43, that how to do the tayammum if you don't have the water and everything. And then at the end we come to the point that at ayah number 48, where Allah said that Allah will forgive everything except for the shirk. Inna Allah la yaghfiru yushrika biha. Meaning Allah will never forget the offense of shirk, but Allah can forgive anything lesser than that. And then Allah starts from ayah number 49. Allah moves the topics a little bit different way. After the social laws and everything and the laws of inheritance, now Allah talking about the Tawheed. So Allah moves the few ayats to the Jewish of the Medina. So what did the Medinan people do? Because this surah, Surah Nisa, as it's the middle surah after the Surah Al-Baqarah and Imran, and this is also a surah in the time of war. So the Jewish community is still in Medina. So and they are plotting and planning against the Muslim. And as you know from the Surah of Rasulullah, one by one, 3 Jewish tribes has to be expelled from the Medina, and they are planning and plotting. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every surah of this big surah, like in Baqarah, has a long talk about the Jewish people, and then in Al Imran also has, and then now in Surah Nisa also, Allah put some ayahs about the Jewish people. So basically these 7 ayah, I put it in a summary way. Here what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling about the Jewish people, that they have a group of elite group. They still have this one. So some of them, they think they are holy or pure. Like the Christian has their Pope, and in Jewish community they have the Rabbi. So they think they are very elite group, and they are like holy people, and they invent lie against Allah. What does it mean by inventing lie against Allah or about Allah? Meaning some of them say, look, I had a dream that God comes into my dream and He told me this. So this is how they purify, make themselves holy by saying to the general people, and also they are making lie against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and they also support the mushrikun. So the Jewish of the Medina, they say this new group of people, Muslim, they are worst. The kafirun, in Makkah, who are worshipping idol, they are better. They are better than these people. And we know from the Surah, Abu Sufyan once asked one of the tribe leader of the Jewish that what do you think this new group that you have in Medina now? Are we better or they are better? So they say, no, you are better. But this is their plotting, one of the planning and plotting, that they want to support the kuffar, just to make ties with them and also fight against the Muslim. Also Allah mentioned here that they probably invade the Muslims, because the Muslim has been given the Quran, and they had the Jewish people in the Quran. Allah mentioned that the Bani Israel was given the status of the best ummah of at that time, but they have lost that status because of their own fault, their own mistake, own misguidance. Because of the things that have done, they have lost the status. And Allah said, even if they had this status now, because they are so cheap and stingy in their heart, that they will never give anything to the poor people or anything. And also at the end Allah says what will be their situation in the Akhirah. Allah saying the Akhirah, the Jahannam is enough for them. And Allah saying that Allah will drag them into the hellfire, and in the hellfire their skin will be burned. And once the skin is burned, Allah will give them the new skin. And this is the ayah of the scientific ayah of the Quran, one of the scientific ayah of the Quran, that if you burn your skin, after one point the skin lost everything, the nerve, connection lost with the nerve, and you don't feel anything. If you burn a burned skin on your body, you don't feel anything. So Allah is saying once this is burned, the punishment won't be over. Allah will change the new skin, give them the new skin, and then the punishment will begin again. So this is Allah mentioning this one just to see the severity of the punishment of Jahannam. And then at the end ayah, the 57 ayah, Allah talks about the people who believe. So whenever Allah talks about the punishment, right way Allah talks about, okay, these are the punishment if these people disbelieve. But if you believe and do this, innal lazina amanu wa amilus solihah. If you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not only believe, do good deeds, then you will have the jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, and here you will have the purified spouse, and also Allah will give you the deepening shade, meaning there will be shade after shade, so you will have a very nice climate in Jannah inshallah ta'ala. That's what Allah mentioned here about the people of Muttaqin. The next part is a different topic now, and this is a very, very main topic of the whole Quran actually. And there are few ayahs now in this point of view in Surah Nisa, and there will be coming some more ayah later on. And this is about justice, the judge, making, fairness between your deeds. Whatever you do, Allah said, make justice with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's eyes and everything. And this is very, very important. And that's why Allah mentioned an incident also here. There's an incident, I'll describe the incident, what happened here. So Allah is saying, indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you to trust whom you trust. So Allah is saying, you have to give people their right and also judge between the people with the justice. Judge means that you don't have to be a judge to justice. What is mean here, you have dealings with your wife, with your children, with your neighbors, with your brothers. Everything you do, you have to be just. You have to be fair. And if you're not fair, then, as if you are not believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will mention later on. And the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, atiyullah wa atiyur rasul, wa ulil amri minkum. So Allah is saying, follow Allah, follow the messenger, and ulil amru minkum, meaning the people are the authority from you. Now this ayah is used by a lot of groups, even nowadays, especially groups who talk about the mazhab. They use this ayah. They say that you have to follow one of the imam, and they have different logic. We will not go in details there, but they use it because Allah said to follow Allah and Rasul and also the people in authority. But here, look at the structure. What did Allah say? Ya ayyuhallazina amanu atiyullah wa atiyur rasul. 2 times Allah said atiyullah, but Allah didn't say atiyu amrul minkum. In English, if you say it, you say obey Allah and messenger and people of authority. So you say obey 1 time. Or you can say obey Allah, obey messenger, obey the people of authority 3 times. But Allah said twice. Allah said obey Allah, obey messenger and people of authority. And by doing this in Arabic language structure, when Allah do this kind of thing, this is not normal. When Allah mentions something that is not normal in grammar, that means Allah is trying to prove a point here. That those two, Allah and messenger, is the primary and absolute. And the ulil amri minkum, that is also have to be followed, but with certain condition. And that's why in the same ayah Allah is saying, then after that, if you have any problem, any kind of problem, that you have disagreement or dispute, then go back to Allah and His Rasul. Allah didn't say go back to Allah and His Rasul and the people of authority. Allah said go back to Allah and His Rasul for anything. And then Allah said, if you should believe in Allah and the Akhirah, so you should do this thing. So if you have dispute among yourself, the Muslims, you go back to Allah, the Quran and the Sunnah, and that will prove that you believe in Allah and believe in the Akhirah. Otherwise, you are not believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are not believing in Akhirah. And then the ayah number 60 to 64, there is an incident. The ayahs are very simple here, but I'll tell you the incident, what happened. This ayah is based on those incidents. What happened in Medina, one of the Muslim, and on the account of the Quran and Sunnah, that Muslim was a known munafiq, basically. He was a hypocrite. So he had an argument with one of the Jewish people. So he came to Rasulullah for the judgment. That this is happened between me and this guy, Jewish people. So what should he do? Rasulullah heard them, and he said that he gave the judgment for the favor of the Jewish. So he took the judgment from Rasulullah, but he didn't like it because it's against him and it's for the favor of the Jewish. He left Rasulullah and he went to another Sahaba, and they made a mistake. They went to no other than Umar ibn Khattab. So they went to Umar ibn Khattab, and this guy, the Jewish guy, the Munafiq guy, saying, look, I have a dispute with the Jewish guy. Can you give your verdict? So Umar asked them, did you went to Rasulullah? He said, yes, I went to Rasulullah. I told him, but I didn't like what he said. I didn't like his judgment. Then Umar said, okay, no problem, I will give you a judgment, wait here, I'll be back. So Umar went inside, he came back with a sword and chopped the head of this guy. He just chopped the head of this guy. And Umar did it because out of emotion and everything, and he also didn't know whether he did it right or wrong. So he came back to Rasulullah. By the time he came back to Rasulullah, Allah revealed this ayah. And there are few places in the Quran Allah supported Umar radiallahu anhu. As you know all these things, and Umar said there are a few places Allah has revealed the ayah to support Umar radiallahu anhu. One of the places after the battle of Badr, as you all know, when the prisoner of war was held, Umar wanted to actually execute all the prisoners of the war. But Rasulullah and Abu Bakr, being the softest person, they have their soft heart, they said, no, we're not going to execute. They're our relatives and everything. We're going to keep them. If they teach us the language and everything, we'll let them go. But Allah later on say, it would be better for you if you executed them. But Allah forgive them. And also there's another surah in Surah Al-Tahrim, where the wives of Rasulullah has some dispute, and Umar told them, you shouldn't be doing like this with Rasulullah. Rasulullah can divorce you, all of you. And Allah reveals some ayah in Surah Al-Tahrim, and this is another place. So what Allah is saying here to support Umar, when a guy came to Rasulullah and he didn't pick his judgment, basically he is not in Islam anymore. He is a murtad, basically. That's what Allah is saying here. If you read the ayah, it's saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you came to Rasulullah, how come? It is the judgment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is from his messenger, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you are not taking it, you are going to this, and Allah is saying, I know what is in their heart. I know what is in his heart. If Umar even given another judgment, he would have gone to another person until his heart gets satisfied. So Allah said, whatever Umar did is right because he was a hypocrite. And Allah mentioned here that actually at the end, the hypocrite turns away from you. Hypocrite turns away. So Allah, by mentioning that, Allah says that person is a hypocrite. And whatever Umar did, Allah supported him. And then Allah said to Rasulullah, what should Rasulullah do? Because the whole tribe of that group, that Munafiq group, they came, why did Umar kill him? There's no justification, our guy went to Umar and he just killed him. This can't be happen. So they came to Rasulullah and asked, what is the judgment for Umar? And Allah said to Rasulullah, fa'zur him. Ignore them. And once you ignore them, then counsel them later on. Tell them that what's the reason that this happened. Why this happened. And then after this incident, after this ayah, the next ayah comes, and that is one of the famous ayah of the Quran. And we all should memorize this ayah and understand this ayah. Here in this ayah, Allah saying, "Fala wa rabbika la yu'minu." Allah saying by taking an oath by Himself. Allah takes oath in the Quran a lot of time. Wal asr, wal shamsi wa duhaha, wal layli, wal nahari, wal ardi. Lot of places of qamar. Lot of places Allah takes oath of the creation of Himself. Allah say, by the time, by the sun, by the moon, all these things, because these are the great creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here in this ayah, Allah is taking an oath by Himself. Imagine how, and every time Allah takes oath of the sun and the moon and the time and whatever, Allah says something very important. Watini was zaitun, watun sinin, all this surah, very important things to say after the oath. And here Allah is taking an oath by Himself. So imagine what important things Allah is going to say now after taking an oath by Himself. And not only by Himself, He said, "Fala wa rabbika." I swear by your Lord. Who is you here? You is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah didn't say "Fala wa Allah." As I say "Wallahi wallahi" as we say in our talking, right? Allah didn't say that. I said "Rabbika." Even in His name, Allah added Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rabbika, your Lord. So giving another degree of honor of Rasulullah. I'm taking an oath of your Lord. And so you are included in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He's mentioned. And then He said "La yu'minu," meaning they don't have any iman. Imagine Allah is taking an oath and Allah is saying they don't have any iman. Who are these people? The hatta yuhakkimuka. So those people who don't make you, yuhakkimuka means you, a judge when they have a dispute among them. Whenever you have a dispute, if you don't make judge the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you don't take his verdict, you don't have any iman at all. And Allah is saying this by taking an oath by Himself. And that is a proof that they have no less iman in themselves at all. And then Allah is saying that not only that, after you give them a verdict, they take your suggestion, they take your judgment, they should not have anything in their heart. So in their heart shouldn't have any kind of guiltiness or any kind of sadness that this is against me. this go against me. And then Allah says, "Wa tusallimu taslima." You know, when you say salam, you all know the meaning of the salam. Salam means peace. But when you say sallimu with a tasdeed, it means the full submission. So wa tusallimu taslima, meaning after they have received your verdict, they should not have anything in their mind, and they should submit themselves to tusallimu taslima, to yourself. Meaning, whatever you tell them, you should accept it without any kind of negativeness in their heart, and praise you. And this is what this is. And if they don't do it, then I say by myself, I take an oath by myself that they don't have any iman at all. So this is the ayah of Allah saying that we have to follow them. So there are a lot of groups nowadays. They only say that we're Ahlul Quran. They only follow Quran. They don't take care of hadith. They say no hadith, maybe they are not preserved proper way. Whatever in the Quran, we follow Quran. But they don't understand the Quran says Allah, this is the day. We have to follow the Sunnah. How do you know that if you don't judge between yourself, if you don't follow the teachings and the wisdom of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The next few ayah, and we'll finish it here inshallah today. Allah is saying again, the interesting ayah about the 66. Allah is saying, and if we have decreed upon them, who is them here? The people who come to Rasulullah, to the tribe group, who come to have a judgment against that one. So this is the incidental, or it can be anyone, to kill yourself or leave your home. So Allah is saying to kill yourself. So suppose Allah is saying that if I would, Allah didn't tell them to do that. If I tell someone to kill yourself or leave your home, and I know they will never do that. I know their heart, they will never do that. But if they would have done it, that would be better for them. By saying this, Allah is saying that look, the authority, the command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever is the command, even if the command from killing yourself, you should do it. And if you do it, that is better for you. And this is not a theoretical thing. This has been happened. We did this one in Surah Al-Baqarah. If you remember, the tribe of Musa, when Musa left, Musa left and went for the 40 days. When he came back, what did he see? They made a calf. And they started worshipping the calf. And what did Allah say to those people? Allah said through Musa that you kill yourself. Because you did such a crime, you should kill among yourself and you leave your home. And also they have been left on their wandering in the desert. So this is already happened in the Bani Israel time, but this is not for our ummah. Allah said, that's why Allah said, if I would tell them. But Allah said, even if Allah give a command like this, you should follow them. Imagine what are the commands that Allah gives us. Allah tells us to do salah, to zakat, to hajj, and all these commandments, to good to our parents, to our neighbors. So those commandments, if you don't follow, as the Sheikh was mentioning, yesterday, rights and duties to us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how powerful is that? We are lucky that Allah didn't tell us to other ummah to kill ourselves or something or leave our home. Allah said to do the good thing, but still we are lacking in those things. And then Allah said that I would give them from us a great reward, obviously they will follow, and we would have guided them to the straight path. So this is the Siratul, I will guide them to the Siratul Mustaqim. And lot of tafsir, the people say in Surah Al-Fatiha, when we say, Ihdina Siratul Mustaqim, and then we say, oh Allah, guide us to the straight path, and then Allah saying here that those are the people are to the straight path, and amta alayhim, to whom you bestowed to shower your blessing. Who are those people? Those people are these people who follow the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in the judgment day, they will have the company of the Prophet, the Siddiqun, and the Shuhada, and the people who are in the street path. So they will be with those people, and they will be the company of those people because they have followed the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah said, this is a bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and a fadlim min Allah. This is a great bounty, and sufficient is Allah. Allah knows everything that in the heavens and the earth. So inshallah we'll finish it here. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.